Hey y'all, what's up? How y'all doing? My lovelies, my cousins. How y'all doing, fam? Miller Gang. How everybody doing? Everybody ready to go get them some candy tonight? Y'all ready to eat y'all kids' candy? I am. But anyway, y'all, let's get this started. This side, this is the podcast side of my channel where we sit and we talk. Well, mainly I've been talking to myself, which is cool. But mainly this side of my channel is basically me inviting you guys in my world, sharing my experiences with you guys, the good, the bad, and just sharing with you how I, got out of certain situation, what I learned through, having to deal with certain situations in life. This is a judgment-free zone. I don't judge you. You don't judge me. We help each other heal. And, we figuring out life together. So, anyway, we're going to get it started with my little song. Y'all know my little song. Oh. This is Small Talks. This is Small Talks with Bree. Alright, y'all. I stay hitting this thing. I'm finna get a new ring light, y'all, and a new... I got it. Because I'm tired of hitting it. But anyway, y'all. First of all, do y'all know who I am? 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 Let me just stand up. Let y'all see. Do y'all know who I am? Y'all don't know. Okay, I'm Dejanay. Dejanay from the Proud family. And Kylie is Penny. She Penny Proud. So I'll be posting our costumes. It turned out so cute, y'all. I love Halloween. That's my favorite part about Halloween is being able to dress up. And to me, it's like expressing your inner child. That's what it is to me. Now, when it comes to the other stuff, I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I wanted to come and I wanted to share my thoughts and my experiences on learning how to gentle parent. So today's topic is about gentle parenting and what is gentle parenting. How do you feel about gentle parenting? Have you tried it? Does it work for you? And first of all, I just want to say that everybody, runs their household and raises their children how they want to, and hey, that's cool. But I wanted to try a different approach because I know, if we being transparent and realistic here, and that's what gentle parenting is. A lot of people look at it as like they get it confused with what is it? Is it permissive parenting? I think they get the two confused. And they think that gentle parenting is giving in. They think that gentle parenting is spoiling a child, but that's spoiling a child is a parent with no limits and no boundaries with their kids. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna give you some key facts, some tips, some facts about gentle parenting, what it is, what it's not. And like I said, basically I'm coming here to share my experience with it and using this method with my child. And it's not going to work for everybody. It's not meant to work. Everything don't work for everybody, because with basically gentle parenting, like I said, is positive parenting, meaning there isn't any form of physical and emotional and mental abuse. And y'all know what that is. If you grew up in a toxic home, toxic family, you know what you should know what mental abuse, emotional abuse, and physical abuse is. All of that is aggressive. That's aggressive parenting, by the way. And I don't think what I'm learning, with dealing with my children, because I told you guys before, I have a open door policy. In my house, that means that my kids are allowed to express their feelings, meaning if I make them feel some type of way, they are allowed to say, hey, Mom, what you said made me feel A, B, and C. What you did made me feel A, B, and C, and D. Like, they have a voice in my house. I don't say, hey, shut up. What you're saying doesn't matter. What you're saying doesn't make sense. Or I don't care. I don't disregard their feelings in this house. And a lot of you knew that we grew up in a household where we were not allowed to say anything back, even if they hurt our feelings. Even if what they said emotionally damaged us, we were not allowed to speak on certain things. And I think, and through my experience, I'm talking about my own personal experience, I don't know, because a lot of people don't want to deal with certain things, but I do, because I noticed that, like I told you guys before in my last video about a narcissistic parent. Like, my dad was horrible. Like, I feel like there are just certain things you don't say to a girl growing up, because it causes her to have self-esteem issues. So you don't want that. You don't want to call your daughter B's and H's. You don't want to call your son the B words, ends with erd. You don't want to call them the B word either. You don't want to call them FBs, F nothing. You don't want to talk to them in a way that'll make them feel down about themselves. That's aggressive parenting. Okay, so we're going to get started. All right, y'all. Okay, gentle parenting is addressing the situation without, like I said, without any emotional and physical abuse. You addressing the situation like head on, like you're creating a boundary. You're letting the child know that there's a limit. Like, no, you cannot do this. This is why you can't do A, B, C, and D. And then you leave it at that. If you're going to discipline that child, you have to stand on what you said. And I'm learning this. You cannot go back on, what you said. That's what gentle parenting is. Positive parenting, meaning you are consistent, for one. Like, you don't slack up with the disciplining them and the boundaries and the limits that you have set. So that's what gentle parenting is. Okay. Gentle parenting is being more realistic. Like I said, you're telling the child, hey, if you don't get down from that swing, you're going to fall and you're going to bust your head. That's how I talk to my kids. I tell them straight up, hey, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. No matter how it sounds. That's being realistic. I'm not cutting no corners. I'm telling them straight up, this is what's going to happen if you do this. Even if it's something she's acting out or doing, I tell her the consequences behind it. Okay. Nobody is telling you don't whoop your kids. When you say gentle parenting, people think also it's not whooping or, like I said, disciplining the child, but it is. It's taking a different approach other than being aggressive. And nobody's telling you. We understand that sometimes you have to get loud. We know that, because I do. That's why I said I have to work on it, because I know sometimes I go overboard. Like, I know my mouth, I can go overboard and I can say some stuff like, I'm saying as far as cursing, that is something that I want to stop. And that's still aggressive parenting, because you don't realize how that makes the child feel. Nobody is saying don't whoop them, because yes, sometimes they need to be, you know, the punishment needs to go further. But you know, like I said, it's all about being consistent. It's not gonna work with somebody that's on again and off again, do it and then stop. You have to be consistent in order for that child to know and understand that you mean business and you're not playing. Okay. A undisciplined child will run wild. Just know that. If you don't have any limits, boundaries, and your child doesn't have any discipline, they are going to run wild, and that's a recipe for disaster. I'm telling you. Okay. Gentle parenting is not about controlling the child. Like I said, people look at it, it's like you're trying to control the child and have some kind of authority, which you are the authoritative figure. Let's just call it positive parenting, meaning they have a voice as well. You say what you have to say, and then when you ask them, well, tell me, why did you do A, B, C, and D? And then they tell you, and then you come back following, well, okay, I understand. You were upset and you got mad, but you cannot, it's just a way to handle things. We don't always have to handle situations aggressively, especially with our kids, because we don't realize and understand how that affects them. The way we treat them, the way we talk to them, the way we handle them. You have to handle them with care too, as well, because that's the reason why a lot of us are emotionally messed up, because we had parents that were really, really, really aggressive. I'm talking about really, really, really aggressive, because my dad had said some things to me that I'm like, wow, like calling your child fat and stuff like that. No, that's messing with their self-esteem. That's disgusting. Like, that's disgusting. Next, okay. A lot of times parents are trying to prove a point, where we are trying to prove a point, but it's not about being right every time. Of course, sometimes, I'm telling you, sometimes we are not right. I'm saying, if you really just listen to your kids and give your kids that space and the freedom to say, you'll go back and you'll look and you're like, oh yeah, I could have handled that different. I'm telling you. So many people think that it's about proving a point, but there's no point to prove. It's about letting that child know that there are consequences behind them doing what they do. You can't just let your child run wild. And also, gentle parenting and, like I said, permissive parenting are not the same. There's a difference between the two. Gentle parenting is more positive. Permissive is more aggressive. More of an aggressive approach. Like I said, everybody raise their kids different. They bring their kids up different, and that's fine. But me, in my house, my kids I am trying the gentle, and it's healthier, to be honest, because I don't want to tear my daughter down. I don't want her to be like, or feel like she can't come to me because she's afraid I'm rah, rah, rah. A lot of kids, that's why they don't want to talk to their parents, because there's not any room, there's no boundaries there. Because if you don't have boundaries with a kid, then they'll just run free, and they'll think that they can do whatever they want to, and it lands them either in jail or prison. In jail or dead, or just in a situation where they don't need to be. So I'm not saying, this is going to work for everybody. It's not going to work for everybody, because, like I said, everybody raised their kids different. But it's something that I'm trying. And it's working. Because both people are allowed to express themselves and say how, what the other did made them feel, and there's a boundary set. Hey, you cannot do this anymore. I'm gonna clear the energy. I had already cleared it before we came on, y'all, but I'm gonna do it again. And let's see what the message. This is my book, you guys. It's Daily Strength for Women, but I advocate for men as well, not just women. So when I speak, I'm speaking to women and men. So let's see what today's little message is. Y'all, this is my little gadget. It helped me see. Today is the 31st. So let's see what the message is. What is that? Run with endurance. As for us, we have all of these great witnesses when encircle us like clouds. So we must let go of every wound that has pierced us. Yes. You gotta let go. You gotta basically, okay, I can already tell you what that's finna say. Every wound you have felt, basically, is going hand in hand. All of the wounds that, all of my pain, I'm turning it into art. Anything that you have been through, just run with it, and let it lead you and guide you to something great. Run with it. Run with endurance. Everything that you have endured, turn your pain into art. Turn your pain into pleasure. Turn it into laughter. Turn it into dancing, whatever. Just run with it. The cards you was dealt, run with it. Because I promise you, you went through that for a reason. I experienced what I experienced so that I could be this woman right now, and I could do things different with my child. So we didn't, nothing we went through is in vain. I mean, we went through it for a reason. So know that. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to come and talk to y'all about that, and hopefully y'all drop some, y'all opinion down in the comment section and let me know how you feel about gentle parenting, and would you ever try it, and do you think it would work, and just tell me how you feel about it. All right, y'all, hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's evening. Be safe out there. Don't eat too much candy. Bye. Love y'all.